everything that you could ever imagine. And I know there's a lot of stuff out there, but that's a product. I'm getting so much rave reviews from listeners from all over the country, even in Canada, that tell me, God, that's a great product. Basically, the stuff is on the internet already. The app captures all of it, but what's cool about this app, unlike others that you pay for, there's no commercials, and the quality's excellent, and you only pay one time of $19.99. One-time payment. It's not a monthly deal. One time, $19.99. You get the app, bada bing, bada boom. And I don't know how we segue into the other product, but I wanted to tell you about the stuff that we have. I believe in. I like it, and it's something that you can use, and it's beneficial to you and to your family. So pass it on. You can find all that stuff on our website at forthepeopleshow.com. All right, moving on. You ever see the wolf commercial? Yeah, not the big bad wolf or Red Riding Hood, but it almost kind of looks like that, where you got the grandma, she's holding the baby. They're talking about whooping cough, which can be very dangerous out there. Well, a potential new drug might just protect infants from the whooping cough in their first few months of life before they can be vaccinated, according to this early research. In this new study, researchers gave this drug to baboons. Yeah, baboons. Just after they were born, and found that the drug protected the animals when they were subsequently infected with the bacteria that caused the whooping cough. And the study, folks, presented October 5th at the infectious disease conference called ID Week 2017. Human infants are most vulnerable to the whooping cough. If, in case you didn't know this, or information about it, you may have seen the commercial, but during their first 2 months of life, and mothers, you know this, when they are too young to get the whooping cough vaccine, babies' immune systems are not mature enough to respond to the whooping cough vaccine until they are at least 2 months old. And for this reason, women are advised to get the whooping cough vaccine called Tdap during pregnancy, so that they can pass protective antibodies to the fetus before birth, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. But not all pregnant mothers get the whooping cough vaccine. Among U.S. women who gave birth between fall 2015 and spring of 2016, less than half, 49%, received the recommended vaccine, according to the CDC. So it's hard to get, according to the CDC, 100% of all mothers vaccinated, according to Jennifer Mayard, a associate professor in the Department of Chemical Engineering at the University of Texas at Austin, and lead author of the new study. So a potential solution of this problem, she says, would be to give infants a drug as soon as they are born that would protect them against whooping cough. So stay tuned for that. But if you don't get vaccinated, you got to be so careful with kids. And it's hard to believe that 49%. But you know what? There's so many parents that decided they don't want to even immunize their kids because there's this increase of autism and other things out there that they're just so scared to even go there. I mean, I had all my immunizations, and I don't have any weird twitches or anything like that. I mean, I have a face for radio, and maybe that was the vaccine. I don't know. You can throw darts at forthepeopleshow.com if you want to know what I look like. But they say you don't even put the picture of the talk show host up because it takes it away from the broadcast. Because you might envision me as some stocky, bald-headed guy with glasses or something like that, and maybe that someday I'll be that, but yeah, it's not my profile. It's not on the FBI wanted poster, let's just say that. Anyway, it's promising. They're making some headway, and to me, the PSAs are really helpful because sometimes you don't know what people have. And to me, if you're not vaccinated from it, you could be a carrier of it, and it could kill your kid. So I think the PSAs that you see are highly effective because, come on, if you're a mother, you're a father, what are you going to want to do? You're going to want to protect your kid, right? It only makes sense. Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, he's apologizing. For what? Well, he's into this thing called virtual reality, VR. He's getting a lot of backlash from Puerto Rico virtual reality video. A lot of it. They put it out on Tuesday. Critics calling this video I'm talking about video tasteless and tone deaf. Basically, the video is showing Puerto Rico devastated. It's featuring 3D cartoons of Zuckerberg and another executive taking a virtual reality tour of devastated Puerto Rico while speaking about the company's VR app, Spaces. So they're promoting something new on Facebook by exploiting the terrible situation that's going on where, people have lost their lives, lost property, lost everything, and they're not having a happy time over there. And seeing these images, people were very, very upset and took to social media just saying that it was very poor taste. And they were live streaming VR video, and they say it was intended to highlight the company's efforts to provide relief to the hurricane. That's what they're saying. It had the undertones of a poorly put together marketing campaign for the new Facebook features. And one of the things that really magical about virtual reality is that you can get the feeling that you're really in a place. The cartoon Zuckerberg said in the video, according to the Washington Post. They go on and says, it feels like we're really here in Puerto Rico, where it's obviously a tough place to get to know, given the situation now. It's very tough to get along. The video, as you can imagine, drew criticism, forcing Zuckerberg to post an apology in reply to a comment on the video. He says, one of the most powerful features of VR is empathy, he wrote. My goal here was to show how VR could raise awareness and help us see what's happening in different parts of the world. They also wanted to share the news of our partnership with the Red Cross to help with the recovery. Reading some of the comments, I realized this wasn't clear, and I am sorry to anyone this offended. I'm sure he is sorry. Somebody tweeted, normal person Mark Zuckerberg virtual tours, destruction of Puerto Rico, live on Facebook, in V Cool corporate stunt, exploiting disaster. Hurricane Maria culminated Puerto Rico and resulted in 34 deaths and massive damage to the island's infrastructures weeks later, and many communities are still waiting for power and clean water, and now you want to advertise a new feature on Facebook? Because, I got to see where he's coming from. Not Zuckerberg, but the complaint about it. Clearly bad taste, and then you got cartoons. It almost looks like Beavis and Butthead. It's of that kilt, and it was poorly done. With the amount of money that Facebook pulls in, you think that they could have been a little bit more tasteful. And I don't see any balloons in Puerto Rico yet. They mentioned that they were going to put some well, that was Google. Okay, Google's going to do it, but not Facebook. Yeah. But what my point, I guess he's working with the Red Cross, Zuckerberg, on some relief efforts, but I don't see him going out there personally. And did he write a big check himself? It's unknown. We don't know how much money that he's given the Red Cross. We don't know, but he says that's one of his charities of choice. But it was a nice backpedal to make it okay with his cartoons there. The Post pointed it out. It was insensitive. He didn't apologize. You could see how it could have ruffled, but no, that wasn't the intent. We wanted to show empathy, and that's why we did our characters. Such a millennial type of answer. He's surrounded with these type of people. That's the problem. A lot of these folks don't see anything wrong with it. That if they can make money from it, and they can get some hits on it, they're going to be able to do it. But there's a lot of Puerto Ricans, man, that use Facebook. That ruffles a lot of Latinos. So he better do a little bit better than that. Hopefully he'll write a bigger check or do something a little bit that rivals the balloons that are going to establish cell phone service in Puerto Rico. That's their plan. Did you hear Google said, well, because cell phone service, maybe 10%, 15% of the island is getting cell phone right now. So if they put balloons out, it's Google's idea. I don't see the balloons. I haven't heard the balloons have been launched, how all that's going to work out, but they can do it. Hopefully plans are underway to make it happen, because it's going to be some time before they get everything, the power, let alone, because there's no point of putting cell towers up unless the cell phone companies want to put out generators and plenty of fuel to run them. They just want some current from the power company, but that's going to they have to literally rebuild the entire infrastructure, and that's going to take, as you can imagine, forever. Here's a very interesting story, and this is sick. This is just sick. A sixth grader's homework came home. A Georgia mom said her sixth grade daughter came home with a health class assignment last week, asking students to name sexual identity terms such as gay and lesbian and transgender based on their definitions. Mother not happy. WAGA, the affiliate there in Georgia, put this news story together. But her daughter came home. What would you do? Health class assignment last week asking students to name sexual identity terms gay, lesbian, transgender, and a woman who is attracted to woman, answer lesbian. A man who is attracted to men, answer gay. A person who is attracted to men and women, answer bisexual. When the person's gender identity doesn't match the sex, male or female, the doctor said that they were, when they were born, answer transgender. How did the mom react to all of this? Why are they teaching that in school? The mother asks of her sixth grader, who still watches Nickelodeon, told the station regarding her 12-year-old girl, I am not ready, explains what these words, I'm not ready to explain these words, or nor what that means to my daughter at this time. Parks was telling WAGA she opted her daughter out of health class. She says, I am also going to take it to the Board of Education to see what they have to say about it as well, she added to the station. Can you believe this? The nerve? How did the DeKalb County School District respond to the issue? DCSD had been made aware of this alleged event and is working to verify its authenticity. The district was telling WAGA in a written statement, we're going to investigate the event and take action as appropriate once the investigation is completed. It's unclear if the homework assignment was part of the district's approved curriculum, according to the station. So the how fast do you think it would take to find out where that came from? The last time I checked in the classroom, that people don't just do what they want to do. There's a curriculum. Oh yeah, that's it. There's a faculty, isn't that what they call it? You know, where they meet together and they talk about these. Yeah, that's right, faculty. Yeah, they also have those in colleges too, right? Yeah. Yeah.